What is up, beautiful people? It's Anna, your girl, on It's an Amazing Life We Live. It is a windy day and cold day in Chicago, so I hope wherever you're listening, it's better than what I got over here. It is 8 p.m. here Central Time, so make sure you are tuning in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Follow Pop Radio Worldwide on iHeartRadio. Are you okay, Pop? Look, Pop tripping over here.
I'm working.
Sorry, I got
hard.
distracted. He working too hard. You gotta slow down.
Almost took him out, Joe.
As I was saying, follow Pop Radio Worldwide if he's not tripping all over the place. Follow him. Follow Pop Radio Worldwide on iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium, and YouTube. And what's up, YouTube? We live. We live in here, guys. What's up? Thank you to everyone that's tuning in. Again, it's your girl, Anna. What's up? And it's an amazing life we live. The pun is intended. This is a motivational podcast aimed at helping you live your best amazing life. Here I'm giving health and wellness tips, and I'm giving you all the tips that I got in my brain and from guests that I bring on the show, like this beautiful lady right here. Whatever I don't know, I try to give you guys some knowledge and have some dope people here in this show so that they can drop knowledge and help you get motivated, get inspired, but not just get inspired, but to take action. Don't just get inspired, guys. I aspire to inspire, but I want you guys to take action. It is 2020, guys. 2019 is done. I can't believe that. It went by fast. Too fast. And now I'm over here trying to have 2020 vision, okay? I'm excited too. So, let me introduce the guest, this beautiful lady to my left. You can't exactly see here. Oh, well, if you're watching live, you can. If you're listening, let me introduce this beautiful lady. But she's more than just beautiful. She's pretty baddie. She's a bad ASS. No, I can't exactly swear here. But she is my athlete of the week and angel of the week. She is a pretty dope human being, but you will find that out for yourself. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people of the world on Pop Radio Worldwide. It's an amazing life we live. Say hello, Miss Crystal Ortiz.
My name is Crystal, as said. I am a fighter. I'm a fighter, personal trainer, certified personal trainer, and just
Kick
all
my
around
ass.
hustler. I dabble and do a lot of different things.
Yeah, she's pretty cool, guys. Like, I know her personally. I consider her a pretty good friend. I don't get to talk to her that often because all my friends are busy, man. We're busy because we're grinding. We stay hustling,
what's up.
we're still grinding. So, but I know that my girl's always, I got to check up on her once in a while. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you come on my show, see what's up with you? I know she always has some really cool stuff going on with her. So, as a way for me, honestly, I'm being kind of selfish, guys. I was trying to just catch up with my girl, but she's really cool too, okay? So, I mean, it's an excuse for me to catch up with my girl, but she happens to be pretty dope. So, as she said, she's an athlete. She's a certified personal trainer. Yeah, I'm a little funny, It's 2020. You got to laugh a little bit. So, we're going to be getting to know her throughout the show. But first of all, I just want to talk about what is it? We're already on, it's January 7th, right?
Yeah.
January 7th. Wow. We're already 1 week in, basically. 7 full days in on the new year. Yes. Did you do anything for New Year's?
I just hung out with my friends.
Hung out with your friends?
Yeah. Boyfriend.
Okay. Oh, you got a boyfriend. Okay.
That's new.
See, that's new. See, I told you I'm catching up. So catching up. Athletes can date. Yes, we're gonna talk about that. But I know a lot of people for New Year's. Everybody makes New Year's resolutions, and I know it's cliche. And you do work in the fitness industry. Are you still working? You're working at Expert still?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Where are you working at right now?
I just do my own thing.
Ooh, she's doing her own thing. See, she all of it. She's the entrepreneur too. Okay, I see. That's why she is the guest on the show, because she's the athlete, entrepreneur, and the angel of the week. She got a lot going on. So, let's talk about what potentially did you make any New Year's resolutions?
I don't know. I feel kind of indifferent about New Year's resolutions. I kind of feel like Just because every day you have to just keep grinding, you know what I mean? And obstacles show up, and it could be like July 7th, and you'll still have to change your game a little bit, you know. So swerve every once in a while. But as far as resolutions go, I just feel like just being an overall better person, making sure you're always growing, always doing new things, you know, being progressive and aggressive in what you're doing and your goals and stuff. So I mean, goals can happen anytime, you know, like in the middle of the year. So
no, I totally feel that. I think you should be making goals daily. You shouldn't just wait for the new year to, you know, start something new or set new intentions for the year. But in reality, there are a lot of people that do that, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel like the new year is a good, fresh start for you, do you, boo. I know I do that too sometimes. I tend to do things around my birthday. I'm like, okay, this is my new year. It's my birthday. But for a lot of people, everybody does New Year's resolutions, and we'll talk about, like, I personally, you know, I feel the same way you do, but there's nothing wrong with making them too. You know, you're always trying to better yourself. If you feel like doing it January 1st, that's fine. Personally, we think you should do it every day, but if January 1st is your kickstart, that's good. So what I'm going to be talking about later on in this show is how to make your New Year's resolutions a reality. Okay, because everybody sets New Year's resolutions, especially because, you know, you're an athlete, you're a personal trainer. You know, this is the time of the year where the gyms are packed.
Yeah.
So
very packed.
Very packed.
And I kind of feel like that's
for like 2 weeks.
You know? It's very good.
A lot of people get, you know, annoyed, especially other athletes, which you know what, I want to discourage you guys to stop doing that and really support the people that are coming to the gym. I know it can get annoying that it's, you know, it's popping in there, but people are trying to better themselves. Whether or not it actually keeps going past the 2 weeks, that's none of your business, but encourage people, okay? Don't knock people down for trying, okay? So what do you have to say about that with people making their New Year, especially in fitness?
I mean, as far as like that's concerned, of course, you know, I just feel like people just kind of selfish in the gym when they're like, oh, my treadmill's taken or something like
my
that.
treadmill is taken, huh?
I know I have a specific Stairmaster that I have to use.
Oh my goodness.
But
we can share, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like the gym is the reason why I loved working at a gym, especially like a really big, bustling gym, is just the ability to make new friends and just people who have similar interests as you.
Gotta welcome people, guys. Welcome. Welcome to this side of fitness. It's sweeter on this side, I promise. It's sweeter. All right. Well, when we get back, we're going to be talking more about how to make New Year's resolutions a reality, because I don't want you guys to just set those intentions. I want you guys to actually make it past the 2 weeks, guys. Make it past the 2 weeks. I want to see it, as much as I also get a little bit annoyed that it's a little packed and I got to like squeeze in through my machines. You know what? The more people that are getting fit and bettering themselves, the better. It's an amazing life we live, and we have Crystal Ortiz here. She is the everything of this week. She is the athlete, she is the entrepreneur and the angel, and we're going to be talking more to her soon. Make sure you're following Pop Radio Worldwide on iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium, and YouTube. It's an amazing life we live. We will be right back.
My shorties know I've been a boss. Chemo, solid, hard body. In that jam, told on nobody. God damn, that boy, we buy it. Dinero, we get it. Dinero.
What is up, beautiful people? I'm back. It's Anna on It's an Amazing Life We Live. I am here to help you live your best amazing life. It is a motivational podcast. I'm here to help you with health and wellness tips, mindset training, anything that's good for your soul to help you live your best amazing life. And I bring along guests every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time to help me with that, to help educate you guys, because I'm all about sharing the knowledge that I get and I aspire to inspire. So if you want to get more of this content, go ahead and follow Pop Radio Worldwide on iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium, and YouTube. And make sure you follow me, Anna. It's an Amazing Life We Live. Follow me on Instagram. That's where you're going to get most of my content. I'm also on Facebook. Just Google my name, AnnaMarie Tabo. I'm Googleable, you know, the World Wide Web, holler at me. So, I'm here with Crystal Ortiz, and she is my everything girl. She is my athlete of the week, entrepreneur of the week. She is my angel of the week. She got a lot going on, guys. She is a female fighter, which is pretty dope, pretty badass, I must say.
Flex, go ahead.
And, yeah, flex on him. Flex on him.
Hey!
So I was really excited to have her on the show. I know her personally. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, if you're just joining us, I am kind of using this as an excuse to catch up on my girl. But she happens to be a dope person. So you're welcome. Okay? So it is 2020, guys. And we were just talking about New Year's resolutions. And if she makes them, I mean, we all make them. We personally believe that you should be trying to better yourself every day. But if you go ahead and do your kickstart every January 1st, that's you. So I'm going to help you get past the 2-week mark, you know, because a lot of people, you guys, I know, me, that's myself included, I've made resolutions and goals at the beginning of each year, and, you know, sometimes I fall off. It can be something little, like, I'm going to do this every morning, and I'm going to add this to my routine, and you do it for, like, 5 days, and you kind of fall off. So I wanted to kind of, like, delve into that and what makes something more of a habit and part of your routine if it's like your New Year's resolution. So as far as New Year, like, what is like one of your New Year's resolutions, like, specifically that you're trying to like really delve into?
Honestly,
Crystal?
like, I just feel constantly evolving throughout the year, but to do that, I have to really start being more organized.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a kind of like messy, chaotic person. Well, I guess it was just kind of.
I mean, you
it
are a
came to
page
light.
fighter.
Yeah. Sometimes I just like.
If the shoe fit, no, I'm kidding. I'm playing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have like the artist mentality. Like, you just do things, and sometimes it's kind of like, you know, oops, I rushed and I forgot my wallet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How am I going to do this?
because you're just
you know?
moving fast.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just kind of got to
We
be more
all
organized
can get
and
organized.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you plan? So this is something that I try to stress with people. When you're making goals or making resolutions, you can't just kind of make a wish and then just say it out loud and then expect it to come true. Okay? That's not a resolution anymore, in my opinion. That's more of just like a wish, a prayer. You got to put some grind behind the prayer. Okay? So when you make a goal, you got to break it down. Okay? If you want to actually see it come into fruition. So what are some ways that you are going to try to get organized this year in 2020?
I just,
more organized, Crystal. 2020.
I need to use, you know what? I need to use my phone more, to be honest. Like,
You
I
need to
just,
use
I
phone
know,
more.
because
Okay.
it has all this like organizational tools. Like, I don't ever use my calendar. Like, I never do. I just remember dates in my head, and I feel
Okay.
like that kind of makes me late for things, because then I'm like, you know, oops, I only have an hour to get to this one place.
She
right?
said, oops.
So, I mean, I just kind of feel like
Okay.
using the tools that I have
Okay,
around
yeah.
me. So,
No, that's good. Yeah, look at the camera. Everybody wants to see you. Ooh, and stuff is just falling out of my pocket, but it's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll get it later.
So you were saying?
as you were saying, like, so you're gonna break it down by, okay, you're gonna use your phone more. So you're gonna use the apps on your phone, the tools there, that the organizational tools that are there on whatever phone you have, like an iPhone or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of cool apps that help you get organized. So that already come with your phone. I mean, you already got your calendar on there. You can plug things in, the appointment. You can make alarms for everything. So yeah, you can utilize that. Everybody's different. I personally like to write things down. It's funny that you say that, because I actually have my planner right here. Like, this is some
Old
nerd,
school.
old school. I like to write things down. I remember it more.
I do
Same
too.
way.
I really do too. I have agendas and things like
Yeah.
that, but I'm just talking about like the dates and just remembering that stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's how you're gonna start doing. So that's one thing that you're gonna start doing: plugging in dates, plugging in times, everything like that.
Right.
So that's what I'm talking about. Like, instead of just saying like be more organized, like you got to break it down into smaller steps. Like, how do you want to be more organized? Okay, well, I want to remember things better, remember my schedule better. So let's use the stuff that's in my phone.
Right.
Utilize those apps.
Not like to mindlessly scroll, but
Exactly. So that's that's a good tip. Like, just utilize what you already have, and then like just use that to the best of your ability. So something that I want to touch up on for me, I know a couple shows back I talked about like the 3 M's. I'm not sure if you listeners recall, but if you weren't there for that show, I talked about how every day I try to make sure that I do the 3 M's, which is move, meditate, and motivate. say that one more time. The 3 M's are move, meditate, and motivate. And basically, I just wanted to make sure that every single day I did something physical with my body, get it moving, you know, do something to release endorphins, get my heart pumping, you know, and sweating a little bit. So every day, at least a little something where I'm moving. Meditate. Every time I've read up on meditation and done my research, I have found out that like the most highly successful people, almost everybody meditates. You know, everybody is a visionary. You know, they visualize their day, they try to clear their minds, and they focus on their breathing. And there's a lot of health benefits, and it's good like mindset training for your day, your week, your month, your year. New Year's resolutions 2020. So that was meditate, and then motivate. Like whether or not you're a motivational person or you're trying to be like, for me personally, I would like listen to something motivational, a motivational podcast like mine. You can you can download it on iHeartRadio. Look, you like that, guys? I like myself. See, 2020, move, meditate, and motivate. By motivate, listen to my radio show, 8 p.m. Central Time. It's an amazing life we live. But yeah, so move, meditate, and motivate. So that's what I had beforehand. What I wanted to kind of delve into is something else that I came up with a while ago, and I haven't really like spoken on it yet, but I wanted to share it with you guys, and it's something that I've been trying every day. I also have the 3 L's. Now the 3 L's, if you have a pen and paper and if you're listening live or you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and take it out. You can take notes, and if you don't have it, it's cool. You can play it back tomorrow. But the 3 L's for me are learn, laugh, and love. I'm going to say it one more time. The 3 L's are learn, laugh, and love. So basically, there's like 3 questions that I ask myself every single day, or I try to. This is what I'm trying to implement into my day, which is, what did you learn today? I'm like, okay, I need to constantly be learning. What did I learn today? Did you laugh today? Because life is meant to be enjoyed and be joyful, to rejoice and be glad. And love, like what did you do to love today? Like, did you do something to make somebody smile today? Like, did you tell your mother that you love her today? Like, did you call, you know, okay, what's up, Mom? We got the OG in the building. We got Pop's OG in the building. What's up?
Love you, Mama.
You know, love you, Mama. Hey, Mama, you listening? Love you.
I love you.
So that's something that I'm trying to implement in my day. So I'd like to ask you, Crystal, what did you do? What did you learn today? Did you learn something new today?
Man.
Or did you teach somebody? You have a son. Did you teach him something today?
Today, not yet, because he just came home from school and then we had to leave. But we've been learning. I've been teaching him how to play cards.
Okay.
And that's been such a bonding moment, because that's something that we do. Like, we learn throughout our lives and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't even know how to, like, it just feels so rewarding. I just remember the times when I was a little girl.
And that can also be with
learning.
love. That's also part of like the
Totally.
love, like learn, laugh, love. So we'll talk about that more when we get back, and we'll talk more to Crystal about my 3 L's, because we just got to learn. I wanna talk about the laugh. Like, what made you laugh? I like to laugh, guys. Okay, I like to have fun. It's a motivational podcast, but it's not all serious all the time. It's an amazing life we live, and I'm trying to have you guys have fun and live amazing lives. So we'll be right back with Crystal Ortiz. We're going to talk about the 2 other L's that I just mentioned. So we'll be right back, guys.
Don't make dollars if it don't make sense. Addicted to the money and these dead presidents. I'm stacking up of this cash, counting dividends. Counting money, I'm flipping up, and I do it all again. Cause I'm addicted to the money. I'm addicted to the cash. I'm addicted to the money.
Beautiful people, it's Anna on It's an Amazing Life We Live motivational podcast, coming to you every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time to 9 p.m. I feature athletes of the week, I feature entrepreneurs of the week and angels of the week, and this week I have Miss Crystal Ortiz. She is a fighter. She is an amazing person, all-around athlete. She is pretty cool. She's got a lot going on. Yeah, she's a mom. I mean, she does all that. She's a student. She does it all, guys. So we were talking before we went on break. We were talking about the 3 L's that I'm trying to incorporate into my life for 2020, which is learn, laugh, and love. And I had asked Miss Crystal over here what she learned today, and she was basically telling, I had asked her if she learned anything today or if she taught anybody, like helped somebody learn. So she said that you were playing cards.
Yeah, I taught my son cards, and it just was like, I just remembered all the times when I was a little girl, you know what I mean? And learning from my uncles, you know, that bonding time. He's used to playing video games like all 10-year-olds are, right? But he's like, oh, something about like an ace is the highest. And I was like explaining, I was like, let me just explain this. We played spades and we played a bunch of other games. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, when you're teaching, you're also learning yourself. You're reteaching yourself. So that's really cool. And that's also fits in. I was telling her that can also fit in with love. I mean, that's like a bonding moment that you're having with your son, like you said. And that's something that you carry on, like years from now. You can be adults, you know, still doing that, you know. There's certain games you kind of stop playing after you're done being a kid. But like cards, you know, you play them as an adult,
it was fun. Yeah. And he was enjoying it and learning things. And I was like, oh.
So what, did anything make you laugh today, or did you make somebody laugh today?
Oh man, my sister and I laugh all the time, and today I got a chance to like go with her to work this morning, and we're in the Uber, and just like throughout the day, like we make fun of each other, we like do random stuff out in public.
She made me laugh this morning. She made me laugh early in the morning. She did.
She
said something about she can take care of herself. You know.
That's right, our chat.
Remember you seen that?
She can take care of herself, you know.
She's a fighter. I want to hear about that.
Yes, so she is a fighter. And, you know, we were just talking, you know, on break, like, you know, it's interesting, you know, the perspective it must be coming into a sport that it used to be like male dominant, and now you're a female fighter. Like, how is it for you being a fighter in that type of world, or how has it changed for you?
I don't know. It's just it's a fun hobby, you know. Like people do soccer, you know, catch up soccer games, and like, you know, football games, and people bodybuild and do. It's just another thing that's just it helps me grow as a person. Like I really just love it, especially with the people that you meet, the connections you have. Like I know people in like Wisconsin and all these other states who have the same interests as me, so it's fun to talk about. We go to like fights together, you know. It's just, and then I can teach my son, so it just kind of feels like it's just a fun thing to do.
So you never felt like it was harder for you being a female in that sport? Like,
well, I mean, of course, some guys they don't understand women a lot. So it's like how I'm feeling certain days, or you know, because I'm a mom too, I'm always having my son there, which is interesting. Like he's been coming to me with me to practice, and he's always on the side because we're bigger dudes and he can't really like you know do certain things with us. But I mean, just him growing up in it, like seeing me fight, you know. He tells his friends at school,
like watching my mom's fight.
He tells his friends at school, I'm a fighter. They're like, no, she's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's proud of his mom. He's like showing you off.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
But,
so, I wanted to ask you, like, you know, since this is like a motivational podcast, and you know, obviously I like to talk to athletes and the athlete mentality, because you know, it's very powerful mentality, because at least for me, like sometimes I look back at some of the things that I've done and I'm like, whoa, I did that. How did I do that? So for you, like, what do you tell yourself, like, for example, when you're sparring with someone, or you're, you know, and you're, I'm sure you've gotten your butt whooped countless times. Like, what do you tell yourself when you're spent? Like, what's going through your mind when you're trying to, like, get back up?
Yeah.
You know, when you're grappling with somebody.
I don't know. I just feel my power. Like, I just feel so powerful. You know what I mean? And the more that you do it, the better you get. You just feel even better and better about it. You're way more confident. Like, now I can spar with dudes who, you know, 5 years ago I was super scared of, and I would be like, oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Now you build that mental toughness, and it's just so, I don't know. I just feel like it's so much better for women to feel that. I wish for every woman to take some sort of like serious self-defense class, and I just push you guys towards learning how to defend yourself, even if you feel like you're never going to use it. You know, it's just so empowering.
You should teach one
to be able to like punch a dude in the face with confidence. You know, if they needed it, you know, just to protect yourself or whatever. So I just kind of feel
coming soon.
Yeah, I already plugged you. I'm sorry, I just volunteered you to do that. We're gonna make something happen. Listen, no, because I totally agree.
I might sponsor something like that.
No, that's, every woman should learn how to defend themselves. Like, even if you're not in like a city like Chicago, like you never know, it could happen. It's always good to like feel like you can stand your ground and feel like,
But just the fact, like just taking it to even deeper level, like one of the reasons too is you can. I mean, even if you're never going to use it, just to be able to feel the confidence that if I needed to, I could, and you know what I mean?
For sure.
And just never be able to feel like insecure about yourself.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think everybody should learn that, especially, and I feel like they should start that for even like teenage girls.
Right.
They should have that for
coming soon.
Coming soon. We'll be talking about that.
Speaking
of which, yeah. So you were talking to me earlier about. She actually texted me earlier this week. And this is how I kind of asked her to come on the show, because I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool idea. You were texting me about this young athlete program that you're starting up. So tell the world, everybody that's listening to Pop Radio Worldwide, It's Amazing Life You Live, tell them about what you're setting up in the city of Chicago for young athletes.
Well, I just felt like students don't have a lot of, besides like physical education, they don't have a lot of, especially athletes, time or ability or access to like strength programs, conditioning programs, things to just like better their overall like performance, sports performance. So I am starting this young athlete training program specifically for athletes who are serious about their sport, getting better.
What kind of athletes?
Any type of athletes. I would be like focusing on from 10 to 17. Anybody who wants to like be better at their sport, wrestling, baseball, football, soccer. I can just help them with their strength and conditioning, improving their speed, things like that.
So you mentioned that you teamed up with some park districts, am I correct?
Yeah, so I'm trying,
going?
I've spoken to a few park districts now in my area. They're all really interested. I've spoken to parents, coaches, people some friends who work in Chicago public schools, and just programs all around the area where I'm at right now. More information to follow. But
so if you want to learn more information, if you want to help Crystal with this, where can we find you? Where can people contact you if they want to help out or be part of this, program?
Right. So my email is ceofitness110@gmail.com.
ceofitness110@gmail.com. That's where you can get 110 at gmail.com. So that's where you can get at Crystal Ortiz if you want to learn more about what she is getting started as far as this young athlete program. That sounds really cool. I'd like to be a part of that. So definitely get at her. So when we come back, I'm going to be talking more about what I learned today, because we were talking about the 3 L's. I'm going to talk about what I learned today, and basically I'm rereading a book, guys. I'm rereading a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and I wanted to bring you in the discussion with it, and basically talking about the number 2 habit, which is to begin with the end in mind. So that's what I'm kind of relearning today. So when we get back, I want to talk to Crystal about that, and we're going to kind of have a discussion about that and what that really means as far as beginning with the end in mind. So when we get back, we'll talk about that. Make sure you're tuning in every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. It's an amazing life we live, and we will be right back.
She my girl, she my rider. She got support for survival. She's my pimp and I'm a mate.
What's What's up, beautiful people? It's Anna on It's an Amazing Life We Live. We are back and we're helping you live your best amazing life, trying to spit some knowledge to you so that you guys can take it for the rest of your week and apply it to your life. And I was before we went to on break, we were talking about what I learned today, and I was going to bring Crystal over here as my guest. She's here, Miss Crystal, and she's going to be in the discussion about what I learned today. And I'm rereading a book, and it's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I've read it a couple times, but I like to revisit it, and it's just one of those kind of like self-improvement books. And it studies the habits of like highly successful people, millionaires, billionaires, people that are self-made, and the habits that they have daily, like what they have in common. And the number 2 habit is the one that sticks out in my brain the most. And this is something I'm trying to like kind of share with the world, you know. So I'm sharing with you guys on Pop Radio Worldwide. Okay. So the habit is begin with the end in mind, which means like you have to see it in your mind first, whatever goal it is, before you can actually have it in your hand and have it be something manifested physically.
Right.
You know, you need to see it in your mind before it becomes reality.
You can see it.
Everybody that is successful didn't just get there on accident. They had to be a visionary and envision it in their minds. So, with that said, like, Crystal, what are some things that you've envisioned for, like, I'm sure, like, you didn't just, you know, wake up one morning and decided to, you know, step in the cage. Like, that's something you probably, like, how did that happen? Like, I'm sure you had to visualize at some point, like, I can see myself doing that.
Well, I kind of did it in real life. I was kind of a rough kid, you know what I mean? I was just always kind of, like, edgy, you know.
Did you get in trouble?
I got in so many fights.
Oh, no.
So things like that. For you. But I started with boxing, and then I moved toward Muay Thai. So my first fights were all Muay Thai fights. And then I moved on to like jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So during my training, I was just getting like, oh man, like you hit hard, like you know, throw hands fast. And so like the more of that like training, it's just kind of like you see people on TV fighting and you're like, I could do that, you know. And I don't know. I haven't
really said that to myself, but okay.
I
don't look at UFC fighters.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like my first ever fight, when I stepped in the cage, I just felt so comfortable. Like
really?
that was
That's
home.
Dope.
And I love it in there. Like the whole being prepared and like fight camp and then going to like, you know, weigh-ins and things like that. That's nerve-wracking and you think about it a lot. But when you step in the cage, or at least when I step in the cage, it's like it's home. You know, you just feel comfortable.
Beautiful.
And
You're
I
natural.
love like the darkness, and then the lights are on me, and I can hear my people, my family, you know. So it's just like
it's like you come alive.
Yes, and I saw that even before I stepped in the cage. Like I felt that energy, you know.
Like
so I just
you saw
it.
that like on TV. Like I want to feel that. No, I feel that. I mean, that's how I am as like a performer.
Right,
like I can relate to that. Like I've seen, you know, dancers perform and like Janet Jackson on tour, and I'm like, I want to do that. Like, I want to do that.
Right.
So, that's
you know what's
cool.
funny? I think about my son. Sorry, it's a little
No, you're
plug
fine.
because you know how I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, Kai. But he, that's the first thing he did when he was 3 years old. We took him to his first game at Fenway Park in Boston. And I just remember the day. It was awesome. His first game that at a place that like means a lot to me because I'm from Boston, right? Or Massachusetts. So when he stepped into the game, he stood on a chair, he saw them playing, and he's just like, I want to do that. That's 3 years old. And so to this day, like he's in fall ball, he plays baseball like crazy. Cool. He's a catcher, he's a pitcher.
Well, he learned from his mama.
He loves it so much, and I just see that.
Too.
Yeah, when you said visualize it, see the end, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, you can hear it from Crystal, and I mean, I can speak from myself too, that like anything that I personally have done, it's like I've envisioned it. This show, I mean, fun fact about me, I actually went to school at University of Illinois in Champaign for like 4 years. I never finished though, but one of the years I like majored in like broadcast, and I never got to like use it. But I remember like still like watching shows. I remember like watching, you know, being a guest on Pop Show, and I visualized, I was like, I'm like, man, that'd be cool if I could do that. And then it's kind of like, you know, the way that the universe worked and how, I don't know, it was like a calling almost. It's like, you know, he saw something, I felt something too, and it's like we just collabed and here we are. I visualized that.
And that's how you know it's like
exactly.
it's supposed to happen.
And it's like I feel at home here. So, and that's beautiful that you feel at home at the cage. So, when did you start getting into this sport?
Man, like 5 years ago now.
5 years ago?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's been gradual. Like I took karate as a kid. I was a little scrapper.
Yeah.
I did boxing. I did some Muay Thai. So they just kind of like evolved, you know.
Yeah. I actually, before we got on break, like Pop had given me a question that the studio wanted to ask, and you know, I wanted to bring the discussion in. It's actually a pretty cool question that that I want to hear what Crystal has to say. So he wanted to know if it's intimidating for us as like female, like professional female athletes. Like if it's intimidating for men. Or like if we're like trying to date.
Yes. Do you intimidate a lot of men? Both you guys as professional athletes.
They say so, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask the men, but I don't feel intimidated.
No, do you intimidate?
Do we intimidate?
Are you intimidating as
for
professional female athletes?
I feel for me, in my experience, I guess it really depends on the guy. For some men, they find it intimidating because, I don't know, especially if they're maybe not an athlete or, you know, they don't go to the gym, they're not in shape, they might find somebody like me intimidating because that's something that I do on a daily basis. I find it's important in my life.
Of course.
You know, so it can be intimidating to somebody like that. But, I mean, there's also plenty of men that, you know, find it sexy. It's like a turn on to them because they want, like, you know, you know, it's almost like I'm an alpha woman, you know, like they want a boss. So it's just like, you know,
like,
you know, we're in like a sport that used to be predominantly men. Like, well, I do natural bodybuilding. You're a fighter. It's been predominantly, it started off with men. Yeah. You know, and it's just like women had to work their way into it.
But she said, it's not, what'd you tell me? It's not a man's sport anymore. And I was like, cool. You know, and I probably, I can agree with that.
So maybe that's why it's not as intimidating for men, not as much as it used to be, because it's like there's so many females now that are getting recognition in sports like fighting. Like female fighters in the UFC. And then there's also a lot of, you know, female bodybuilders, you know, in natural bodybuilding, you know, me being one of them. You know,
I think it's only intimidating for men who are in the dating world.
No, I was just wondering, you know.
Some men like to feel, you know, they want to feel like men like to feel like men. Yeah. You know, they want to feel macho. They want to feel. And sometimes for certain men, I won't speak for all, but I know. Not saying all, I'm not going to generalize, but there are some men that do get intimidated by a woman that may, for example, make more money than them, drives a better car or whatnot.
That might be, you know.
Yeah. But that can be intimidating, but it can also be, it's all perspective. It can also be inspiring, you know. So it really depends on the person's personality, really. So, but since a lot of things, there's a lot of sports that are. You know, not just sports, just in life in general. There's a lot of business professionals that are women. You know, women CEOs and like self-made women. You know, I'd like to think I'm one of them. You know,
I'd like to think that guys. I'd like to, I don't know, give them some credit and be like, you know, they probably would like somebody who can hold their own and then don't be like, you know. Defended or some damsel, she can you know be on her own and independent stuff.
So it really depends on the person. I mean, it can be intimidating if you're the type of person that's intimidated by that. But I know a lot of men, at least for me in my experience, they, you know, I haven't had problem with some men. Yeah, they're intimidated. Some are not.
That's what I wanted to hear.
You know, that's what you want to hear. He's trying to get
all I wanted to hear. You know, it can be intimidating sometimes.
Sometimes, you know? But it really depends on the man. I mean, if you're intimidated by it, then maybe you're just not the man for me.
Exactly.
So I mean, I don't bite
beta male
all the time. All right, guys. Well, I mean, we're gonna be right back. That was a really good question, though. Like, you know, I guess it can be intimidating, but it really depends, guys. It really depends. Do you, though? I mean, if it's not for everybody. So I'm not everybody's cup of tea. You may not be my cup of tea. So it's really everybody to each their own. So, but we'll be right back, guys. We're going to be talking more about how to make your New Year's resolution a reality, not just something that you visualize in your mind like we've been talking about, but also something that you make into something that manifests into something that you can see and you can hold. So we'll be right back. Make sure you're following Pop Radio Worldwide on iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium, and YouTube, and tune into It's an Amazing Life We Live, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We will be right back.
She said, hit me on the celly. Tell me when you're ready. Got the boo, got the Remy. Ciroc in the telly. Baby like a Don, Prince Papavelli. Thicker than a snicker. I could be a celly. Pike down. Pike down. Pike down.
What's up, beautiful people? It's Anna on It's an Amazing Life We Live, a motivational podcast aimed at helping you live your best amazing life, giving you health and wellness tips and anything motivating and inspiring so that you guys can live your best amazing life, crush your goals, and like wake up every morning with purpose. So I have Crystal with me, Crystal Ortiz. She is a fighter, and we were talking about envisioning your goals, making them into a reality, and like I wanted to ask you, like, what are some of the like future goals that you have set up? You were talking about you're training for something in the future.
Well, I am running a marathon this year.
Okay.
So, and
like
then
a full marathon?
The full marathon in October, and I'm raising money for Chicago Coalition for the Homeless. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, my name is Crystal Ortiz. But my Instagram is Mimisaurus810.
Okay, all right.
But I am going to post the link and everything so people can
dope.
donate. Chicago Coalition for the Homeless.
That's
Ending
awesome.
homelessness in
See?
Chicago.
She's an angel. That's why she's Angel of the Week, too.
Yeah, so I'm trying to train for that, and then also just like, you know, hustle to get this like going, my program going. So a lot of things going on.
See, and this is all stuff that she had to envision in her brain first, in your mind, before you started working towards it. So something that I wanted to talk about is like when you do have something that you're envisioning, and then you decide that this is something that you want in your life or your New Year's resolution or whatnot, that like this is how we're going to make that a reality. So as far as like setting goals, spinning knowledge, guys. I always try to end with some sort of knowledge, trying to give back to you guys. So when you're setting goals for this year, whether you set them or not yet, make sure when you're setting it, you write it down. I don't know, for me personally, when I write a goal down, it becomes more tangible. It's not just something that's just like in my brain. Like, write it down. You don't have to like write it big, like a little piece of paper, a little notepad. Like, write down what your goal is. Visualize it. Visualize what you just wrote down. Like, what would that be like? Like, whether it's a car you want to drive. Let's say that's your goal. Like, I want to drive this car. Like, visualize what that would feel like to be driving that car. Okay, you got to see it in your mind. And then from there on, you break that goal down. Like, okay, so I need this amount of money to get this car because this is how much that is. So I need to put this amount down. Okay, cool. This is the amount of money I need. This is the job that I have. This is my income. I can put this much away. You break it down. Because otherwise, if you don't have a plan, well, they say if you don't have a plan, then plans fail, right? So it's, and it's true. So when you do set a goal, make sure you're writing it down, you're envisioning it, you're visualizing it in your brain, but then you're also breaking it down into smaller steps. So every day and daily goals, weekly goals, so that you can make your vision a reality. So when you envisioned like training for a marathon, training and like getting everything together with the program, like what are the steps that you're taking to get ready for example, like the marathon?
Like For the marathon, I mean, being a trainer, it's easy for me, but I mapped out from like the beginning of this year, the first, because I used the last 2 weeks of 2019 to like chill, right? So from the beginning of the year until the day of the race, exactly how many miles I'll run each week, what cross training I'll do, what my diet will be to make it a lot easier on me, and then I've also started registering for different runs, like little maintenance runs throughout the year. I want to do a sprint triathlon in July. I want to do in June the 10-miler, Shamrock Shuffle, things like that. And then just like constantly every day have further in my like mileage and speed and things like that.
See, she's doing it the right way. So she has a goal, and then she's breaking it down into smaller goals. Like, let me do this 5K, let me do this run, let me train this way. So that's something that she's doing to break that down. Now, as far as your program, you're obviously contacting, I'm assuming you're contacting more people that can collab with you and other park districts, you know.
Getting more certs, making sure I'm all like, I have everything legally, you know what I mean? Insurance, all that. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that I really want to stress, guys. When you do have a goal, make sure, like I said, you're writing it down, but then you're also breaking it down. You can't just write it down and then send it off into the universe and then just pray that it happens. You got to put some grind behind what you write down and behind your prayer. And I just wanted to make sure I end with something like that so that you guys can, you know, just take that with you and make sure that when you're planning your goals for 2020, that you're making sure that you're breaking it down every single day, weekly goals, and then monthly goals, yearly goals, that by the end of by the end of 2020, you're seeing everything that you envision in January a reality, you know, whether it's making a vision board with everything that you want, writing down your goals, like make sure that it's in front of you and you see it daily, so you don't lose sight of what you're what you want. You know, it's 2020, guys. It's a really cool year. I have a good feeling about this year. What about you?
I'm feeling it too.
I don't know. It's 2020. 7 days in, guys, and we want to make sure that the rest of the year is going to be like full, you know, forward movement, guys. Forward movement, leaving everything behind and making sure that you're constantly growing. So make sure, if you do like this content and you do want to learn more and get motivated and talk to and listen to Crystal Ortiz and like just awesome, you know, people that have knowledge to help you with your life and your goals, make sure that you're tuning in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. And that is every Tuesday, guys. Every Tuesday, follow Pop Radio Worldwide on iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium, and YouTube. And make sure you're following me, Anna. It's an amazing life we live. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I have most of my updates. If you do want to be on this show, guys, just make sure you're emailing your content. If you want to be the athlete of the week, entrepreneur, if you want to be featured as an angel of the week, if you have a not-for-profit organization that you want to promote, if you have some sort of inner city, if you have an outreach program, if you need help with whatever charity work that you do, like make sure that you're hitting me up, Anna Tabo, ANNATABO @gmail.com, and make sure that you're just, you know, give me your link to whatever your website is, your social media, why you think you'd be good on the show, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours, guys. So make sure that, again, you are tuning in every Tuesday so you can talk to awesome and listen to awesome athletes, entrepreneurs, and angels of the week, helping you live your best amazing life. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next week. Bye.
I done did a lot. You ain't did shit at all.
Hi guys, Crystal here. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I just want to give a shout out to Pop Radio Worldwide. It's an amazing life we live, and then shout out to iHeartRadio. I had a fun time tonight. It was really cool. I like being in front of the camera. You can follow me if you want any more information about fighting, any questions, if you want to do PT, if you want to learn more about my young athlete training program, anything else I have going on, just email me, ceofitness110@gmail.com. Thanks, Pop and Anna, for having me here today.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Tonight we had Miss Crystal Ortiz on It's an Amazing Life We Live. She is a really dope fighter, so make sure you're following her on Instagram. Make sure that you're following her on all her social medias on Facebook. Make sure you're following me. It's an Amazing Life We Live on Instagram, and make sure you're tuning in on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And you're following Pop Radio Worldwide on iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium, and YouTube. We'll see you guys next time.
Whipping up a pop, show you how to get it off. I don't really rock, I just get the brick across. Take you to the block. My shorties know I've been a boss, Chemo, solid.